All right, so the next thing I really want to do was I want to have something to, I need icons basically, my components aspect here. So a couple different ways to go about doing that. If you remember before, what we did is we would, you could go to Google and Google Materials, and you could download some there. You could just find some online as well. You could also go to the Adobe Stock Exchange. But another thing that we can do, which we haven't done before, is you can actually use plugins. So if we go to our plugins here, right now I already installed this one. I'm going to show you that later. But I can add another one. So I'm at the little plus here. It's going to give me a bunch of options. Okay. Now they have Editor's Choice and Jumpstart. These are just basically these lists of ones that people use. But if you scroll down, you'll see I want to do design assets, and then you'll see this UI faces, and you'll also see icons for design. Either one of these obviously would probably work. Let me see what these ones. Oh no, that's not the one I want. We're actually probably gonna use that one too. I want the icons for design. I'm gonna go ahead and install that. And what that's going to do is it's basically going to allow me to insert icons. So it's probably going to take a little bit. So I'm going to pause this because it's probably going to take a little bit to install because obviously it's a lot of icons and stuff. All right, so now the plug is installed. I'm just going to exit out of it. And what you're going to see is when I click on this, you'll see that now there are icons. Let me just clear this out so you can. Okay. So it actually gives you instructions on how to find what you're looking for. And how to find the stuff here. So apparently these are where they're getting the icons from, which is kind of cool. So material is actually one of those that I was just talking about. So here's some other ones. I might check these out. Like, oh, Font Awesome. That's probably Font Awesome, is my guess. Let me see. Oops, that was not the one I meant to click. But let's see. Is this Font Awesome? Yeah, it's Font Awesome. That's what I thought. Okay. So anyways, it's using basically a lot of the typical things that you typically see. So I would just type in an icon here, and then I can add it there. And I'm just going to add a couple here. So I'm going to do cone. That was one of the ones I wanted. So here's a traffic cone. What's connecta? Okay. So I'm just going to double click on that. And oops, never mind. I only had to click on it once. There it is right there. I'm just going to pull it over here. And I just want that to have that. I'm just going to use this color because I feel like that's the color. So we're going to go to here and let's click on that. There we go. So there's one. And I'll make it a component in a second. Let's go back to plugins. I'm going to also need a menu. So let's see what we have for menu ones here. So there's, and they actually tell you where they come from as well. So material, metro, open. Open's not bad. I kind of like material. I mean, really, it's just 3 lines, right? So it's not like it's anything. So I'll click on that once. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So it's kind of annoying to have to click on this every time and click on it. Not that it's that annoying. One thing that we haven't been doing that you can also do is I can click on this and then click on there, right? So that quickly does it. But another thing you do, so I click down here, I can actually add it. So there you go. So let's grab this one, go here, hit the little plus. I'm going to grab this one, click on here, hit the little plus. Click on this one here, hit the plus. And click on this one here and hit the plus. And that way now, every time I want to like change the color or something, like I can select this icon. If I click here, I can just click on one of these and it will change it to, a different item. But I'm just going to go ahead and go with that. What else do I need? Twirly. Let's see if they have that. Twirly. Oh, they're not calling it twirly. So we'll say air. Actually, let's do chevron. Let's see if they give me it for chevron. There we go. So we have chevrons here. So let's see what they have for options. Kind of like the Metro ones. Feel like these are a little bit thicker. Maybe I'll do the open one. So I'm just going to do, they're all kind of the same. So I'm just going to do chevron right. And I'm click on this. And let's do that. And let's just move this guy down here. All right. And let's, I'm going to control plus. And just, he looks, it might be a little bit too thick, to be honest. But we'll leave it like that for now. Yeah, let's put this over here. Okay, I might need more, but as I add them, I'm just going to go ahead and just plop them right in there. But this is probably a decent start. And you can see we have all these plugs in there, so that works really well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and make these components real easy. Just click on this, and we're just going to go to component, hit the little plus, and that's going to make it a component. I'm going to click on this one, hit a plus. That'll make that one a component. This one, hit the plus, and that'll make that a component. And I just want you to see, if we go in here, now you'll see that we have these components. Now, The whole idea behind the components, if you remember, is that I can use these multiple times. I can drag them out. Notice that this one, see, it has a little diamond on it. It means it's a component. But notice that this one is filled in. That means that this is the source one. So if I change this one, it is going to change any subsequent ones. Okay? That's the idea behind it. All right. So let's go back to that. All right. So that's why the components are handy, because basically I can change these source ones, and then wherever there's an instance of that component, I can later on then change it. So if for some reason I want to change coloring and things like that, I can do that pretty quickly and easily. Okay. So, and then, if I wanted to grab some videos and bring them in here too, we can also add videos, but I'm not going to worry about that right at the moment. So let's go in here and let's start basically just doing the basic starting page or our home page here. So I'm going to select this, click on the fill, and we want to do that background color, which I'm just going to do this. And then I need to do my menu. So I'm just going to do a real basic straight thing across here. So I'm going to go to this, the rectangle tool. Let's go to layers here, and we'll just go ahead and I'm going to draw this across, and we'll say that size. We don't want a border. I will change the fill, and for that, let's make it. I wonder if this would work. Do this, and then what I want to do is take this. I'm going to hold Alt, or actually, we'll just do it right from here so that we can just proof of process. Whoops, I must have deleted that on accident. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my menu icon, drop it up here, and we'll put it right there. And then I'm going to put the cone in the center. So let's just to make this a little bit easier, let's center this way, and we'll hold that to this, and we'll go this way as well. And then we'll hold that to this, and I'm going to do center that way as well. Okay, good. So boom, boom. Oh, you know what? It might be good to also have a search icon. So I'm going to make a search icon as well. So I'm going to go back to my plugin, and let's just look up search. And I'm just going to go back over here so I can drop it in. So let's see. Let's go. I'm thinking, let's go with either Metro or Map. This guy's kind of thick. Let's do this one. So, I don't like how it's tapered in on the side there. That looks not as good as I would have liked. Let's try Map. That's better. I'd rather it was just straight. I didn't like the tapering. Everything else is very square, I feel like. So I'm going to go there, click on this, make it that color. Good. Oh, and then let's make it a component just so that we have it for later. Okay. So let's go ahead and back to, oops, let's go back here and drag this out, and boom, and this to this, and I want to go this way. And then I'm going to hold shift as I do this just to make sure it's the same distance. That looks pretty acceptable. Okay. And then on the bottom, I'm just going to do that mock-up, just like a back arrow, I'm thinking. I wonder if I want to do that or not. Let's see. Okay, we're going to call that good for right now. I don't know. Okay, actually, we should probably save this. Haven't saved this in a while, so I'm just going to go ahead and file, save as local document, because it bothers me not to. And we're just going to do this as the Cone Production. I'm just going to call this like Cone Production app. Okay, and so that looks pretty okay. Very simple. And we should be able to go from there. So I want to make it just for proof of whatever. I just want to make a menu that's going to pop up when I click on this. So to do that, we're going to click on this. I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate it, Control D, which will create this duplicate. And I'm actually going to put this. Oops, not that. I'm actually going to take this whole thing and I'm going to move it over this way. The reason being is that this is going to be kind of directly tied to that. And let's take this. Oops, Control. This brand thing, and I want to put this up here. Okay. All right, and we'll just rename this. We'll just call this home, and we're gonna name this one. We'll call this one menu. Okay. So what I want to do is basically have this menu expand. That when I click on this, this will expand and give me some other items, some other things I would possibly want. Right. So I'm setting this up almost like it's a mobile app for a for a production company, right? So graphic design or what have you. Okay, so let's go ahead and make the menu items. So we're gonna go ahead and do a square, and I'll just draw this out. And what I'm gonna do is actually do this a little bit different. We're gonna drag it out, and we're gonna make it, let's say, however far I need that to go. So let's just say it goes. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's do this. We'll go like that. We'll have it go down. Okay, like that. Again, we're going to take out the border. We're going to change the fill, and we'll make the fill the, I don't know, dark. Let me see. Is that fine? I think that'll be fine. Let's go to this guy and we'll hold shift and this guy, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a drop shadow on those. So let's take this guy. I'm going to do shift and then the lower bracket key. I think it's shift lower. Maybe it's, I don't know what shift. Wow. We'll just do this. Oh, it's control lower bracket key. Control until it's behind basically the other one. Click off. So now you can see there's a little bit of a shadow, so that way I can kind of see what it is. And then I wonder if it'd be better just doing it the bright. Let's do the bright color. That way it'll push it a little bit more. Okay, so we'll do that, and then what I want to do is basically just have the menu items there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the menu items. So I guess these would be H2s. So let's do this, and let's see. What are the items that I would want to have in my menu here? So we'll say about us. Okay, and then let's do another one. Actually, let's format this one first. So we'll just do that, and then it should be an H2. Not super happy with the coloring of that, so I might have to change that. Let's see if we do that color. I guess that's all right. What if we do our gray color? Do a darker color. Let's do the dark one. I think it's fine. Okay, and I'm just gonna line it up right with those items there. So we'll do about us, and then I'm just gonna hold Alt and Shift. All right, and we'll just say okay, and then we'll do services. Okay, and then we'll do another one, and we'll do portfolio. Then I'll do one more. Okay, and then we'll do contact us. Okay, so that should be pretty good. This menu item is way too large. Doesn't need to be that large. Okay, and I feel like let's do this. And I need to, let's see, to this. No, that's not what I was hoping for. I was hoping it would do it as a whole, but it didn't seem to. So we'll just not do that. I'm just going to move this up a little bit. That looks fine. Okay. Goody. So that looks okay. So what I want to do is actually have this be like this one and then overlap. Okay. So it's going to be a little bit different. It's sort of like what we did before. So before what we did is we did this. I will show you. We did prototype. I went to this symbol here, and then we went, when you click on that, it's going to go to this, right? But I'm going to do this a little bit different. So basically, you click on this, and it opened that up, okay? But what's actually happening is it's a whole different, I don't have a way going back. It's a whole different page. So I actually don't want to do that. We're going to do this slightly different. I'm actually going to go ahead and, oh, we're still in prototype. I thought I deleted you. Get out of here. There we go. Let's go back to design. So we're actually going to do this a little bit different. What I want to do is actually have this expand and actually be an overlap. So it should be kind of neat. So I'm going to grab actually the original one here and delete it because we're actually going to take this and duplicate this over. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a mask over this and have this animate and come down. So I'm going to draw another shape, another square, and I need to make it basically the same size as this. Okay, it's just got to be larger. It doesn't have to be exactly the same size. I don't need any border. So I'm going to select that, and then we're going to I'm going to go to layers. So I have this one selected, this rectangle, and then we're going to go to the where are you? Oh, hang on a second. Move the rectangle out of the way. I need to take this and all of these items. They need to be grouped. Control G, right? Or Command G if you're on a Mac. All right, now I'll put this over top. So I'm gonna have that selected. Then I'm gonna hold Control click or Command click here on that, and then we're just gonna mask it. So I think it's Control M. Not sure, but we'll just do it this way. Mask with shape. Okay. So now, if I open up this mask group, you can see when I take this shape. Oops. Hang on a second. When I take this shape, and if I scale it up, sorry, I meant the rectangle. And if I scale the rectangle up, if I click off, it doesn't show it. So you can see what we're going to do here. So now, let's take basically this whole thing, and we'll Control D. Actually, let's undo that. Let's hold Alt and Shift. That way we can just make sure it snaps right over. Good. All right, so we have it over there. And what I'm going to do is on this one, I'm going to, again, open up that mask group. I'm going to go to the rectangle that's the mask. I'm just going to pull this straight up like that. So you don't see it here, okay? Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to grab the menu here. I'm going to pull this so it goes all the way up. And I'm just going to go basically to the size of this. And now what we're going to do is this. I want to take, go back to prototype, and we're going to click on this guy, and we're going to click and drag to this one. Click on here, and tap is fine. We're going to do an overlay, and we're going to have it overlay here. All right. Menu, dissolve, and that should be fine. Okay, so let's try that real quick. That was not the one I wanted. Okay, Control Enter. And now if I click on this, you'll see that pops up. And it's just an overlay that's over top of this and not actually on it. Now, let's make this look a little bit. Let's go back here. We might be able to make this look a little bit better. So what we could do is actually on the overlay, let's do, right now it's on dissolve. Let's just go ahead and do slide down. And so what that's going to do basically is not that. What it's going to do basically is when we click on it, it's going to slide down. Now it does sort of overlap, obviously, what was there, but still, it's kind of cool. All right, good. All right, so we're at 17. Okay, so we're gonna call that good for right now. That's a decent start. We're getting sort of something that looks a little bit better. And then in the next ones, oh man, what happened to my shadow here? Where are you, shadow? Drop shadow. I'm just gonna fix the shadow, but basically in the next ones we will, we'll carry on.